I'm gonna teach you guys how to make this amazing, yummy, savory chicken tasting. Okay, it's not chicken, it's chicken flavored, I guess. You guys know it. A ramen here. It tastes pretty authentic, but with way less salt, way more flavor, way more portions, and it's super, super filling. Let's get into it. Okay, these are all the ingredients that you are going to need. So you're gonna need 2 non-chicken bouillon cubes. You guys can get these at Sprouts, or you guys can buy these at Whole Foods now. So Amazon has these, and a Mother's Market if you have any near you, okay? Any health food store essentially. You're gonna need some chili oil of some sort. I love this chili oil. It is fire. So you guys can kind of see the label and kind of where I get it from. It is so good and it's perfect in cooking, especially Asian style cooking. You are gonna need ginger. So I have some ground. I have minced ginger, but you guys could also use powdered ginger if that's all you have available. I got both of these at the Asian market. You're going to need some scallion, some green onion, okay? Very important for base flavor profile. You are going to need some sesame oil, okay? Very important again for base flavor profile. This is gonna give it that Asian taste, Asian feel, you know, that we all love. Next, you're gonna need some sort of dried noodles. This is the brand I'm using. I mean, child, y'all know I don't know how to read that, so you're just gonna go with it. It has a bunch of noodles here, but like they're kind of individually packaged, so they come like this. These are the noodles that I'm going to use for my ramen. I'm gonna use 6 of these, maybe 7, to get my full ramen recipe. I really like these noodles, so if you guys can get dried noodles that have like this particular size, they're very good and they absorb very well. Next, we have some vegetable broth, and I know you're probably like, didn't you already say you have bouillon cubes? Trust me, you're gonna need some of this. This is very, very, very good, and it has an Asian style kind of to it. I don't know, I can't really explain it. It's really, really good to use, and we're gonna use this. Lastly, besides our seasonings, we are going to use the no chicken broth. This is a vegan broth that I found at Whole Foods, so I suggest you guys go to Whole Foods or Amazon if you do not have a Whole Foods near you. They also have a beef version, so if you guys want to make this beef style, all you have to do is swap out these 2 for the beef versions. I did that the first time, but I really want to try the chicken with you guys and see how it tastes. So that's what we're gonna do. And it's carrots. So I did have some bok choy, but it actually was bad, so I'm not gonna use it. But we chopped up some carrots just to add an addition. So if you guys want to make this a little healthier, then you guys can go ahead and use bok choy as well as carrots, just to give it a little more color, just a little better like texture, I guess. You know, make your ramen to how you like it. I almost forgot to mention you're gonna need some garlic for this as well. You know, I prefer the minced garlic personally. I just feel like it's just easier, at least for me and my cooking, and I feel like the flavor's a little stronger, so we're gonna go with this and let's get started. Okay, so we have an empty pot here, and I know you're like, damn, your pot's dirty. It's just old. I've had this since I had my first apartment, and I had my first apartment at 17. So this pot is literally almost 10 years old. I can't believe I'm saying that. Wow. The girl is aging, okay? Your girl is aging. Not Asian, aging, okay? I just want to make that clear. We're gonna heat that up, okay? And we're gonna hit it with the main ingredient. Okay, so it's super important to get the pot really hot. You know, in a lot of Asian style cooking, you want the pot hot. I'm adding in some toasted sesame oil, okay? And the pot's really hot, so the oil's gonna get hot fast. Every Asian based style cooking that you make, you put ginger, you throw in your green onions, your scallion. I'm not gonna put them all in there because I want some to top it with. And then you're gonna throw in your garlic. So now I'm just gonna stir this around, kind of let it marry itself with each other. At this point, it's gonna smell really good, and it's gonna give you that Asian style cooking. Essentially, we're kind of making a roux with this. Kind of, but not quite. You just wanna start with an oil base because this is gonna give your ramen some flavor, so it'll taste really, really good. Who wants to donate to get me some more pots, okay? I'm gonna have to make an Amazon wish list. I'm gonna have to make an Amazon wish list for me. Cause child, I didn't even realize that was 10 years ago almost. Such a long time. Time goes by fast, kids. So now that we kind of have some sort of roux going, I'm gonna take these bouillon cubes I was talking about. I'm gonna add them in. Just 2, that's all you need. There we go. And I'm just gonna kind of mash them in. You kind of see what I'm doing? Mash them together, but we're also stirring because we don't want our garlic to burn, because burnt garlic does not taste good at all. We really want to make sure we're stirring at this point. And now what I'm going to do is add some of this chicken broth here. Just a little bit, because I don't want anything to burn. I literally added like a tablespoon of that. And now I'm going to go in with this vegetable broth I was telling you about, the lees. I only have a little bit left in this, so I'm just going to use the rest of it. It's about 1.5 tablespoons. And this is just to add more flavor. You know, you want a real strong depth of flavor when you're making your ramen. Very important to have a nice base, okay? And at this point it smells so, so good. I'm going to go ahead and add in my carrot, because that's something that has to cook. So we want to make sure the carrots are fully sauteed in the oil and that little bit of broth that we just put. And we're going to let these cook out for a little bit. I would say about 3 minutes. 5 minutes would be too long. So about 3 on a medium to medium high heat, okay? So right in between there. Okay, so now that the carrots have kind of cooked down a little bit, don't want to cook them too much because they're going to get cooked anyway in the broth. So these are extra ingredients. You do not have to add these. This is why I didn't put it in the beginning. But this is liquid aminos, which is essentially soy sauce with a little extra flavor. I'm going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons. You know, I don't want to add too much salt to this. That's the whole point, is getting rid of sauce. And I'm just going to go ahead and, or salt, excuse me, not sauce. I'm going to just stir those carrots in a little bit in that. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some hoisin sauce, okay? I don't know if you guys know about hoisin. It's definitely added into like things like pho. Pretty sure you guys have had pho before. But I'm gonna add like 2 tablespoons of this, because it's just gonna give the ramen a nice savory flavor, and we're gonna stir that in as well. Again, at this point the smell is impeccable. My mouth is salivating. I do want to mention, for the liquid aminos, you guys can sub this for soy sauce if you want. I just think the flavor is better with this. So the last thing, as sauce wise, is I'm going to add is some vegetable stir fry. And this is just, this is literally so extra of me. It really is. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of this as well. But essentially it just makes everything kind of savory. You guys can kind of see how good the carrots are starting to look. Y'all see that? You guys can literally just keep it there with the carrots and some mushrooms and call it a day. And just have carrots and mushrooms with rice with your family. So I'm kind of teaching you guys the basics, so you guys really won't need me after a while. I'm here to give you guys ideas and inspiration and things that'll help you guys be able to actually cook on your own and not have to completely follow recipes every time you cook. Okay, so now that the carrots are looking nice and delicious, kind of softening, I'm going to add in the rest of this no chicken broth here. Right now. And at this point, I'm going to turn the heat up to more of a medium high. Because I want everything to be warm. Again, just stirring in. Let me zoom out so you guys can see. You know, there's still a significant amount of space. So I'm going to add the water till it hits about here. Just regular plain water, whatever. So I'm just putting a mason jar of water in here. And there we go. 4 32 ounces of water. So you guys do the math. Not me. I'm not here for that part. Okay, so now we want to season the broth just a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and add some poultry seasoning. This is up to you, okay? You don't have to, but I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons. Probably 3 actually, because you got to think about the water content in this. The seasoning can get lost with that. I'm not even showing y'all, child. So I got this from Trader Joe's, as y'all see. It's a 21 salute, so it's just kind of like an everything seasoning. And we're gonna add about 3 tablespoons to this as well. Now, I wanna show you guys something. If you guys cannot get your hands on the chicken broth or the chicken stuff, and you guys are trying to keep it low budget or anything like that, you guys can pick up this vegan chickenless seasoning salt. One thing about it, there is so much salt in this, so I don't find myself reaching for this quite often. But yes, it tastes like the chicken ramen packet. So if you really wanted just that flavor but vegan style, here you go. You guys can just use this, and there is other seasonings in here as well. So I'm gonna add a little more garlic, okay, because we don't want to get that to get lost. So about 2.5 tablespoons, and I'm gonna do the same about with some onion powder. It might be about 3. Child, we just shake until we feel good about it. So now I'm gonna add some fresh cracked pepper. This is just regular black pepper. This is optional here. Alden really loves pepper, so I really end up putting a lot of this put in here. So for me, I'm using like between 3 tablespoons. For you guys, it's like 1 if you're using fresh cracked pepper, you know. You really don't need all that. But literally Alden will pepper more if I don't pepper enough. And I feel like it's insulting to the chef to add more seasoning after they've already given you your food, you know? So I'd rather not be insulted. I'm now gonna add some of this chili oil. Not that much, okay? Because a little goes a long way. As you guys see, this is approximately about 1 tablespoon. You guys can use chili flakes instead of that. I know it looks very red. I mean, it is. Yeah, it looks pretty authentic to what you guys are seeing. if I'm being honest. You're just gonna stir in all of that, okay? So we just want this to be nice and stirred, to be married together. The cool thing about this broth is, you know, we're gonna put our noodles in here, and so the pasta water is gonna cause this to thicken up. So if you guys wanted to save this, like, and take the noodles out and use it for, I don't know, maybe like a mushroom or something, you guys can do that. At this point, you want to taste your broth. I just did, and it really tastes like chicken. Like, it tastes like there's chicken broth in here. Like, I'm almost scared to eat it. So if you guys are trying to just look for alternatives, or trying to like be clean for meat or anything like that, this is just a great alternative. Or just trying to be cheaper without the meat. You guys could even go vegetable broth and then add chicken pieces into this. I definitely even recommend that, because it'll be like a nice savory soup for you guys. So we're now gonna add in the noodles. Here's the noodles. Again, they're just like little bunches. I also turned down the fire because it started boiling. So it's now on a medium-low temperature. Now these noodles are supposed to cook for 3 to 5 minutes. I could break them up, but I prefer my noodles long. That's just me. So there is 6 bunches in there, and we're just gonna kind of stir it and allow the noodles to soak up the flavor. So the noodles have broken up, but I'm gonna let them sit for approximately 7 minutes in the water just to kind of soak up some flavor, and we'll be back with the final result. Okay, so the ramen is done. Literally, I'm telling you, this is like the fastest freaking meal. I love this meal. Super easy to make, super flavorful. It's quick, like, child, and it's good, and it's not super salty. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And this is a lot, you know. People be buying that cheap ass ramen, child. This, if for one person, this is about 7 servings. And here we have the ramen, but baby, because I'm extra, I'm gonna add a little bit of hoisin sauce to the top. There we go. Okay. And that's how you make some ramen, baby. Hey, hey. You can't forget El Chopsticos. Boom, baby. A whole meal for you, your family, and everybody else. All right. I hope you guys enjoy.